This is a kooky ride. First of all, shout out to Zanies in Nashville. What a wacky turn of events. First of all, a fucking truck drove through their wall and broke the wall down. I always said that place is a hole in the wall. And then you said, who's driving that truck? Tracy Morgan. And
yes.
we both put it on Rogan's wall. And I love that we both had a killer zinger. It got a zillion likes, and we move on with our day.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was exciting.
Like 2 queefs in the night, in and out, zinger, zanger, sniper, gone. Also, they had a bombing there on Christmas morning or some shit.
Jesus.
You didn't see that?
Oh, in Nashville. I see. Not at the club. I heard about that. I haven't been looking at much news, which has been delightful, I have to say. But I did hear about that. I thought you meant the club, and I thought, fill in the blank was headlining.
Oh yeah, that was the bomber at Nashville. It was weird. I was just there. That truck just missed me. It was crazy. It came right through the wall where the stage is. So show some love to the Nashville Zane. It actually hit the wall right on Nate Bargatze's face, which might have been intentional. Who knows? So Nashville was crazy. I was just there. I had the best time. I hung out with Nate Bargatze, one of the great comics, great New York pal, all that shit. Hung out with Theo Vaughn, old Louisiana cat. I mean, that city's popping. It's coming up, and Nate's like, I hope more people don't move here. I like the way it is. It's fun. We got a great club. We got a great scene. It's one of those cities. They say 200 people move there a day. It's crazy. And Chris Porter was headlining. I was doing the late shows. He was doing the early shows. So we're all having the best time. That's a great green room. It's a big green room. We're all hanging out, boozing, talking. Theo, Nate, Porter, me, the butler. And then Chris Porter goes, oh boy, I'm in Nashville. Whenever I'm in Nashville, you know who shows up. And I go, what are you talking about? He goes, oh, take a guess. Country, musician, celebrity. I go, I don't know, Clint Black, Garth Brooks, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash. And he goes, nope. And then boom, the door kicks open. 8 guys standing there, cigarette smoke fills the room. Woo! Long blonde hair. It's Kid Rock.
Wow. I was going to say that.
Really?
Well, first I thought Alan Jackson, just because that's the only country cunt I know. But and once you said all the guys in the smoking, I thought this might be the guy, but I couldn't think of his name. I was thinking, Chris Rock or whatever. Kid Dynamite.
That's it. He comes in. He takes over the whole green room. He's got 8 guys with him in leather jackets. They're smoking cigars. They got a bottle of Jack Daniels. They punch me in the face. They call Theo a fag. We all get up. They take all the seats. They're playing spin the bottle, shooting dice. I mean, this guy just takes over a room, and I'm looking at my notes like, all right, I got to work on that Uber bit. And I'm like, I was clenching my pearls. He's saying the N-word. It was crazy. And he goes. Chris Porter goes up. Kid Rock's heckling him the whole time. It was wild. I was like, "What is going on here?" Theo is in the green room killing, and Kid Rock goes, "Who's this guy? Wait a minute, I know you. You're my sister's favorite comedian." And he goes, "Hell yeah, the Lord's with me," or whatever the fuck Theo says. And Kid Rock gets his phone out and he starts filming. He goes, "Hey," he's FaceTiming his sister, and he goes, "Hey, look who I got here." And Theo's like, "What's shaking, fat cunt?" And she's like, "Oh my god!" And it was mayhem. I still had to go on and headline. They all leave and do a bunch of crazy drugs and go to some party. It was a wild weekend.
Wow, Kid Rock is like a cartoon character. By the way, were you taken by how large he is? I think I talked about this on the pod years ago. I saw him in Washington Square Park, and I might be wrong because it was a distance and the sun was in my eye, and it might not have been him, but he looked about 6'7". Is he huge?
He's probably 6'3". He might be an inch taller than you. He's not that huge, but he's a big cup of jizz, and he's an alpha. When he shows up, you go, "Yes, sir, Mr. Rock. What can I get you?" I was on my knee. I looked like Kaepernick. I had jizz all over my lips. It was wild. It was crazy.
I gotta say, when I saw him walk through the park, and I said this before, yada yada, but I think he was 9 guys, and they were all walking a step behind him, like they were Muslim women. Like, is that part of his thing? Is that forced, or is it just by chance?
I think one's security, one's his high school friend, one's his driver, one's his lover. I don't know what's going on, but they're all there, and they're terrifying as well. And one of them's holding a baseball bat. The other one's got a lead pipe. I mean, it's no joke. I don't know if I'm allowed to say any of this, but just a great weekend. Chris Porter, killer comic. I watched his whole hour. Unbelievable. This guy's a pro. Theo and me caught up, and just a great goddamn night.